Have you ever grabbed a handful of almonds as a snack and thought, yeah, this is a nut? Because that's what most of us believe. Almonds are sold with peanuts, cashews, and walnuts. They look like nuts, taste like nuts, and even feel like nuts. So case closed, right? Not exactly. Almonds are one of those everyday foods that seem simple, but once you dig a little deeper, they turn out to be surprisingly complicated. In fact, almonds aren't technically nuts at all. So, what exactly is an almond? Today we're breaking down everything you didn't know about almonds, from what they really are, to where they come from, to why they've been such an important part of human history for thousands of years, and by the end you might never look at your snack the same way again. Let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. Let's start with the big reveal. An almond is actually a seed. More specifically, it's the edible seed found inside the fruit of the almond tree, known scientifically as Prunus dulcis. Yes, fruit. That's the part that surprises most people. Almonds don't grow like peanuts underground or like walnuts in hard shells on their own. Instead, they grow inside a fruit that looks a lot like a small green peach. When the fruit is fresh, it has a soft, fuzzy outer layer. Inside that is a hard shell, and inside that shell is what we call the almond. So what you're eating isn't the fruit itself, it's the seed hidden inside it. This actually puts almonds in the same category as fruits like peaches, cherries, and plums. They all belong to the same plant family called Rosaceae, which means in a strange way, almonds are closer to peaches than they are to peanuts. If almonds are seeds, why does everyone call them nuts? The answer is simple, because they act like nuts. In everyday language, the word nut isn't very strict. It's often used to describe any hard, dry seed that we eat. Almonds fit that description perfectly. They're crunchy, rich, and packed with nutrients. But in botany, a true nut has a very specific definition. A true nut is a hard-shelled fruit that doesn't open on its own to release the seed. Classic examples include things like acorns and chestnuts. Almonds don't fit this definition because their outer fruit layer actually does open up as it matures, revealing the shell inside. So, technically speaking, almonds are not nuts, they're seeds from a fruit, but because they look and behave like nuts, the name stuck. Almonds have been around for a very long time, much longer than you might expect. They are believed to have originated in regions of the Middle East and South Asia, particularly around modern-day countries like Iran and surrounding areas. From there, almonds spread across ancient civilizations through trade routes. They became popular in places like Egypt, where they were even found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, which tells us almonds were considered valuable enough to take into the afterlife. Later, almonds made their way into ancient Rome, where they were often associated with good luck and fertility. In fact, they were sometimes thrown at weddings, similar to how rice is used today. Eventually, almonds spread across Europe and then to other parts of the world. Today, one of the biggest producers of almonds is California, where the climate is ideal for almond trees to thrive. The life cycle of an almond is more fascinating than it seems. Almond trees bloom early in the year, producing beautiful pink and white flowers that look very similar to peach blossoms. These flowers are incredibly important because they rely on pollination, often by bees, to produce fruit. Without pollinators, there would be no almonds. Once pollinated, the flower develops into a green fruit. Inside that fruit, the seed begins to form. Over time, the outer fruit layer dries out and splits open. This reveals the hard shell inside, which contains the almond. Farmers then harvest the almonds by shaking the trees, literally. Machines vibrate the trunks, causing the almonds to fall to the ground, where they are collected, dried, and processed. It's a surprisingly mechanical process for something that feels so natural. Not all almonds are the same. There are actually two main types, sweet almonds and bitter almonds. Sweet almonds are the ones you eat. They're safe, nutritious, and widely available. Bitter almonds, on the other hand, are a completely different story. They contain compounds that can release cyanide when consumed, making them potentially dangerous if eaten raw. Because of this, bitter almonds are not sold as food in most places. However, they are sometimes processed to remove the toxic elements and used in flavorings or extracts. So if you've ever had almond-flavored desserts, there's a chance the flavor came from compounds originally found in bitter almonds. Almonds aren't just interesting, they're also incredibly popular. One big reason is their nutritional value. Almonds are packed with healthy fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They're especially known for being rich in vitamin E and magnesium. They're also very versatile. You can eat them raw, roasted, sliced, or ground into flour. They can be turned into almond butter, almond milk, and even used in desserts, savory dishes, and snacks. Because of this, almonds have become a staple in many diets around the world, especially for people looking for plant-based or healthier food options. So, what exactly is an almond? It's not a nut. It's not just a snack. It's a seed from a fruit grown on a tree that's closely related to peaches, with a history that stretches back thousands of years. From ancient tombs to modern supermarkets, almonds have traveled across time and cultures, becoming one of the most popular foods in the world. And the next time you grab a handful, you'll know you're not just eating a nut, you're eating the hidden core of a fruit. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.